Hey, Atlanta Falcons fans. This is the place to stay up to date with all the news about our team. So subscribe, hit the bell, and like to make our fans stronger. Let's get right to today's news. The Atlanta Falcons have improved in the first half of the 2024 NFL season, but there's always room for improvement. After using free agency and the draft to improve the quarterback position, the team has other needs that could be addressed at the trade deadline. NFL teams have until 4 p.m. ET on November 5th to complete any trades, which is plenty of time for Falcons general manager Terry Fontenot to work his magic. The team acquired Matthew Judon in August, but another pass rusher definitely wouldn't hurt. Atlanta has the fewest sacks, 6, of any team in the league this season. Could another big-name defender be in the cards? Here's a look at 6 players the Falcons could target ahead of the 2024 NFL trade deadline. 1. Preston Smith, Packers. According to a report from NFL Network's Ian Rappaport, Smith is on the radar of several teams as the trade deadline approaches. A move would make sense if the Packers want to give their young players a chance and add some draft capital. Green Bay is in a tough division, but the team is still playing good football. Smith can consistently generate pressure and has a track record of success. The 32-year-old has recorded at least 8 sacks in 6 of his first 9 NFL seasons, including each of the last 3 years in Green Bay. Smith has 68.5 sacks, 154 QB hits, and 10 forced fumbles since 2015. The Atlanta native could be just what the Falcons need. 2. Maxx Crosby, Raiders. Despite what Mark Davis told ESPN over the weekend, all of the players are available for the right price. Honestly, it doesn't make much sense for Las Vegas to keep Crosby, given the current state of the franchise. The Raiders are firmly behind the Kansas City Chiefs, Los Angeles Chargers, and Denver Broncos in the AFC West. They still seem like they're a few years away, and if they traded Davante Adams, why keep Crosby? The veteran defensive lineman is as nasty as they come, and one of the most productive players in the NFL. He has more sacks, 6.5, than the Falcons as a team this season. At 28 years old, Crosby still has a few good years left in him. Since entering the league in 2019, he has amassed 58.5 sacks in 89 games. 3. Myles Garrett, Browns. The big fish on the market would require the team to give up a lot, but Garrett is a once-in-a-decade type of player who could potentially put the Falcons over the top. The 28-year-old has 92.5 career sacks for the Browns. While Cleveland was considered a contender a few years ago, things have gone off the rails since they traded for Deshaun Watson. Now that Watson is out for the season and the team is dead in the water at 1-6, the Falcons should at least try to pry the Browns' best player away. 4. Edge Chase Young, Saints. While a trade to the Saints seems unlikely, and Chase Young hasn't come close to being the player he was projected to be out of Ohio State, it could be a good time to get the 25-year-old on the cheap. Young's contract wouldn't be much for the Falcons to take on, and would only add $2 million to the Saints' total cap space, freeing up about $0.1 million. The former number 2 overall pick has 116 tackles, 77 solo, 42 QB hits, 18 sacks, 6 forced fumbles, and 9 passes defended in 50 career games. Admittedly, this move would have a bit of a 2018 Dante Fowler vibe. However, Young has dealt with multiple injuries and played for 3 different teams since entering the league in 2020. For a mid-round draft pick, the young pass rusher is worth a look. 5. Mike Williams, Jets. Wide receiver isn't a huge priority for the Falcons, but adding some depth for a potential playoff run wouldn't hurt. After being thrown under the bus by teammate Aaron Rodgers and replaced by Davante Adams, Williams' stock is down, and he's at least worth a look. Atlanta has some nice pieces on offense, but there's no one with the kind of size behind Drake London and Kyle Pitts. When healthy, Williams is a dominant big play threat. In Atlanta, he could be a quality 4th option and another wide receiver for Kirk Cousins to throw to. The former number 7 pick in the 2017 NFL Draft has 320 receptions for 4,966 receiving yards and 33 touchdowns. 6. Edge Emanuel Ogbah, Dolphins. Emanuel Ogbah wouldn't be the type of impact player many fans are expecting, but he's a veteran who's still relatively productive at age 30. This is a more realistic option for the Falcons, who won't be the only team looking for a pass rusher at the deadline. Ogbah has 2 sacks this season, which is more than anyone currently on Atlanta's roster. Trading for Ogbah could help mitigate the losses of Lorenzo Carter and rookie Braylon Trice, while also giving the team some more depth heading into the second half of the season.